Shira, Axel, and Simple.
That's two of your teammates.
Yeah, but it's like reasonable. Half of year we was like winning everyone. So.
How big a difference have they made for you guys in this year?
It's hard to answer. It's like more about we are like fine with it. Let's say like that.
I think it's definitely Simple is number one. I think Bit is up there as well, maybe as number three I would say, and I think we could put Hobbit up there as well because Hobbit has a lot of impact in the Gambit team as well. I think he deserves a lot of credit, but definitely Simple number one, and Bit is like insane player as well. So the third goes to him for me as well.
Simple, best player in the world this year. You have to put Zaiwo as second, obviously. And third, just for how much impact he has with the rifle, I would put Nico.
Yeah, I have a cat.
Why no Gambit players?
I think Shiro has done so well, albeit Azil as well, but I just think that Nico as individual was better than the Gambit players. Even though Gambit has done a better year than G2, I guess. I mean, most likely online. Offline, they were like G2 did 2 finals, so. But online, and yeah, I just think that Nico, like, let's see how good he was at the major and how he carried his team. And I just really liked him as a player. He's the most, for me, he's the best rifle of all time on CS:GO, and yeah, it's just impressive. And I don't, even though Electronic is really good, but he plays a bit differently. Electronic has to be second, but yeah, for me, Nico is up there.
Number one, I'd say it's Simple. Number two, Zaiwo. Number three is a bit harder. And I feel like we forget the first part of the year, but I think someone from Gambit could also be in that list. So maybe Exile also showed a really good showing in this year. I just say Exile because I don't really know who else I should say, but yeah, let's say Exile.
Simple. Nico. Last one's a bit tough. I think it's between like either Electronic or Zaiwo. Because I don't know, Zaiwo is just always amazing, right? Probably Zaiwo third.
Why not Electronic?
Could be Electronic for sure, but I think when you're on a team that's just that dominant, I think it's easy to do well. Whereas maybe I think Zaiwo he would usually be my number two always, right? If you asked me a year ago, I would have also said number one because he was just that amazing. But I think he's just that good, you know, especially playing against him just recently, right, on the server. You really feel his presence because he's just that good individually.
Top three this year, I will put Simple first, Nico second, and Zaiwo third.
Why Nico over?
Nico had been in really good shape the last few months, and he's really putting his team in really good conditions. And I believe, honestly, he had so much really good matchup that help his team. So it's just normal for me, like with everything he has done this year.
In ranked order, top 3 CSGO players in ranked order. For me, definitely Simple is the best this year. I think last 2 years he was in talks on being the best. Or Zaiwo pretty much won the HLTV polls on that regard, but this year it's undisputable. I think no one is even close to what Simple has done. And for number 2, I would like to say Zaiwo as well, but it feels like to me he only really popped off lately on those last runs for Vitality, you know. I mean, for Zaiwo levels, he wasn't as good as he used to be compared to the last 2 years. And I think some people from Gambit really played super well this year as well. I think Exile and Shiro maybe could be up to the conversations there because they really made all the runs Gambit had during the year possible. You had Nico from G2 as well. So if I have to choose, then I think I would go Simple first. I would go Shiro second, and I would put Exile third.
It's, I mean, if we start from the number one, it's, yeah, no question, it's simple. It's been, yeah, the best, no doubt. At second, I don't know really, I mean, Shiro has been very good, but also Nico from G2 has been performing very good, especially lately. So if I should say it right now, I would say overall, I would say, I think Shiro has the number 2 because Gambit has been playing so good as well, and then Nico is on the third.
No Zaiwu?
I mean, he's always there, but yeah, Vitality hasn't really been doing that great in big tournaments. I mean, of course, they went far at last and they just won IM, but I think, yeah, these two has been better overall this year.
I would say simple first. Second, I would say Shiro. And the third, Zaiwu. They're all great. But for me, in my heart, like I really like Zaiwu because like he's making things like no one is making it. Like there's like a lot of scenarios. Is the playmaker, the turning point, the X factor. Like it happens a lot of rounds, and it's really enjoyable to watch.
Are you watching his demos?
Not really. Matches from Vitality recently, yeah, a lot.
And you also named Shiro as number 2. How has he impressed you here in this last year?
I would say like he's playing for the team, and he's playing like Counter-Strike. I like he's playing like with teammates, creating some scenarios. Not really like too aggressive, but can be aggressive sometimes in some scenarios. Like he's, I like how he move and how he's playing CS. Like just simply like I like how he playing.
Alright, so the very easy one to say is obviously Simple. Simple's been playing a knockout year, so another one for him. So yeah, I'd say him. And I would also say Nico, I think, is my top 2 as well. I think he's been playing amazing, especially at the major. He had a very good performance, almost to the point where like I think a lot of people could believe that they could overthrow Na'Vi and win that tournament, but obviously it didn't go their way in the end. So I'd say Simple 1, Nico 2. If I had to give a third one, I would probably say Shiro from Gambit. I think he's been also having a really good year, and at the end of the day, it's pretty much like his like rookie year. All those guys on Gambit, mostly obviously except Hobbit and all that. So I would say Shiro as well. I think he's been playing like really amazing, and they've obviously won some tournaments this year as well. So yeah, I'd say that's my top 3 for sure. Simple, Nico, Shiro.